Welcome everyone. Welcome to day 15 of our 31-day yoga challenge, yoga for everybody. I'm Heather and I'm the Bent Yogi, and we are almost halfway through this challenge. You're doing great. You are sticking with it, which is awesome. So that's what we're going to keep doing today. We're going to stick with it. Come onto your mat and let's practice. So come onto your mat. And come on to your downward dog. And if it feels better, you can start in child's pose. Set your foundation. Set your gaze or close your eyes. Take the steps that you need to take so that you can stick with this. Right? Stick with this particular practice. Just for today. You can add in some movement if you like. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Now you can start with this breath this day. And I have found that just by showing up, saying, okay, yeah, I'm just going to do this today. That quality of sticking with it. This breath leads to the next breath. This breath leads to the next day. You start to form a really consistent, regular practice, regular routine for taking care of yourself. Let's take a deep breath in here. And a long breath out. On your next inhale, come on forward to your high push-up, high plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Spread your fingers wide. Low belly draws in and up. You can have your knees lifted or lowered here. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, press back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. And a long breath out. And bring your feet together and forward. Take your right leg to the sky. Really lift up. Lengthen through both legs. Lengthen through your fingers and your arms. Take a big inhale here. And then bend your right knee. Your down dog hip opener. You can work with your left knee down. Feel your right knee lift up. Low belly draws in and up. Inhale, take your right leg back up with your right leg straight and lifted. Come on forward to your high push-up, high plank. So if you want to drop your left knee for a little more support, you can. Both legs are active and engaged. Core is engaged. Inhale, up and back to your three-legged dog. Nice and easy. That right foot comes down. Now take your left leg up to the sky. Switch your foundation. Adjust your foundation. Feel both legs engaged. Feel your hands on your mat helping to support you, your breath helping to support you. A big inhale. Bend your left knee. Down dog hip opener. And again, you have the option to drop your right knee. You're not doing any less. You're doing more for yourself. You're empowering yourself by sticking with this and just doing the best that you can. Inhale, take that left leg back up with the left leg straight and lifted. Slide forward to your high push-up. Low belly in and up. Arms are long. You're lifting out of your shoulders. Inhale, up and back to your three-legged dog. Take a big inhale here. Now step your left foot to your left thumb and your right foot to your right thumb. And come on into your ragdoll. Hang forward. Grab your elbows if you like, or let your hands dangle. Move your head around a little bit. Loosen up. Loosen up. So you can enjoy yourself right here, right now. Even though we're going to stick with this, you don't have to feel like you're stuck. There's always room to adjust and adapt so that this can work for you right here, right now. And take a big breath in and a long breath out. If you're holding your elbows, drop your hands. Walk your feet closer together to touch. Set your feet and rise to stand. Come on up. Reach your hands high and lift your heart. You can look up, even go back. A big inhale at the top. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Set your gaze. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. Together, let's take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale, sweep your hands high, reach up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. Bring your hands to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Move forward halfway down, low push-up, chaturanga. You can drop your knees or come all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Maybe add in a cobra or a low cobra. And take an extra breath in here. Add in a breath or two, finding this back bend, leading with your heart. One more big inhale, exhale, back to your downward dog or your child's pose. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Step or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Rise up. Lift and reach. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Chaturanga. Low push-up. Step or jump back. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Set your hands. Spread your fingers wide. Set your feet, let your heels soften. Letting your heels soften doesn't mean your heels have to touch the ground. It just means you don't have to hold your heels up, right? There's effort in this. So unnecessary effort, unnecessary tension. Let your heels soften. Let your head hang down. Soften into where you are. And take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Step or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. All the way up, rise and reach and lift. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push up to low push up, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a long breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. And take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, step or jump your feet to the outsides of your hands and come on down into your squat, Malasana. You might have to adjust your feet. Maybe you are higher up with your elbows on your thighs. You can sit on a prop like a block here. Draw your hands towards your heart. Feel this connection. And then your elbows gently pressing to the insides of your knees. Hip opener, heart opener, lengthening your spine. Low belly draws in and up. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Soften your toes. A deep breath in. And a long breath out. Once more, big inhale. And a big exhale. Here, bring your hands down, lift your hips, walk your feet closer together to touch. And come on into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Set your feet, bend your knees. Sit down, lift up, big inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push up to low push up, exhale. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Right foot steps, warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Spin your back foot flat. Rise up here, soften your shoulders. Bend into your front knee. Take a big inhale. Open out to your warrior two. Front foot stays flat and straight, but maybe a little more forward. Hips stack there. Shoulders stack over hips. Shoulders and hips opening to the side. Spin your palms to the sky. Take your right hand high, reverse your warrior. Reach up and go back. Keep that bend in your front knee. Keep your front foot flat and straight. A big inhale. Exhale. Hands down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps forward. Warrior one. Come up. Set your feet, set your gaze or close your eyes. You can reach your hands high. You can work with your hands to your heart. Bend into your front knee. Hips are low, and then you're lifting up out of your hips, lengthening through your upper body, letting the crown of your head reach up towards the sky. Take a big inhale. Warrior two. I adjust my feet quite a bit as I go from warrior one to warrior two. So feel that. You can adjust a little, you can adjust a lot, you can stick with this practice. But today's practice doesn't have to be anything like yesterday's practice or last week's practice, right? You have the room to adjust and adapt a little or a lot as needed. Spin your palms to the sky and take your left hand high, reverse your warrior, adjusting and adapting so you can still enjoy yourself here. Take a big inhale, exhale, hands down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog, or your child's pose. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Step or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down, lift up. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Right foot steps. Warrior one. Back foot flat. Rise up. Exhale. Hands to your mat. High push up to low push up. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Left foot steps. Warrior one. Reach up. Exhale. Hands back down. High push up to low. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Right foot again. Warrior one. Rise up. Open out. Warrior two. Right hand high. Reverse. Exhale. Hands to your mat. Chaturanga. Low push up. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Left foot steps. Warrior one. Come up. Open out. Warrior two. Left hand high. Reverse. Exhale. Hands back down. High push up to low push up. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog or your child's pose. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. Breathe in and breathe out. And take a big inhale here. As you exhale, step or jump your feet to the outsides of your hands again and come on back down into your squat, Malasana. Find your variation. Shoulders roll back, heart lifts. Here, let your left hand extend out and beyond your left big toe. And take your right arm up towards the sky. A little bit of a spiral, a little bit of a twist. Hip opener, heart opener, big inhale. As you exhale, switch it up. That right hand on the inside of the right leg. And your left arm goes up to the sky. You can take your gaze up and follow that left hand if it works for your neck and your shoulders. Otherwise, you can look down, find a way. You're here, let it work for you. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, hands come down, lift your hips, walk your feet closer together or to touch and rise to stand. Come all the way up, big inhale, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, high push up to low push up, exhale. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Right foot steps forward, crescent lunge, rise up. Draw your hands to your heart, take a big inhale. Now twist to your right. Left elbow towards the outside of your right thigh. Back knee lifted or lowered as your hands connect. Lengthen your spine, lift your heart, lengthen your breath. And you can keep your hands connected or you can open up. Right? Whether or not your hands stay together, stay connected with your hands. Feel where you have your hands, feel where you have your feet. If that top hand is high, feel each of your fingers, the space between your fingers. Can you check in with your feet and feel the space between your toes? Take a big breath in and a long breath out. On your next inhale, come up and around to your warrior two. Back foot flat, right hand high, reverse. Exhale, hands down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Another big inhale. Exhale. Step or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Utkatasana. Sit down, lift up. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Right foot steps. Warrior one. Rise up. Open out. Warrior two. Right hand high, reverse. Side angle, Parsva Konasana. Right elbow can land right on your thigh, or you can slide your hand down inside or outside your front foot. Check in with your feet here. Feel your feet, your toes on your mat. But again, space between your toes. It's a funny thing to pay attention to. Your toes, your fingers, and the space between your toes and your fingers. Right? But if you're paying attention to this, then you're here, you're sticking with it. You're sticking with your practice. You're sticking with showing up for yourself and taking care of yourself. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. You can stay here. You can add in your extension, or you can work with your half bind or your full bind. Grounded through your feet. Feel your toes, space between your toes. If your
hands connect in the full bind, feel where and how they connect. And if your hands don't connect, if you're working with a different variation, that's okay, but feel your hands, your fingers, feel your breath, the space between your breaths. A big breath in and a long breath out. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a big inhale, top arm reaches up. As you exhale, that top hand comes down. Spin to the ball of your back foot. Step your left foot in halfway or a third of the way, setting up for your forward fold. Walk your right foot a little to your right. You can add in a halfway lift here as you inhale, and then lengthen and fold over your right leg. As you exhale, soften your toes. Feel again your toes in that space. Feel this space. When you stick with it, this is part of what you get. You get some space for yourself. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Now ground through your feet, rise to stand, come all the way up, hands reach high, eagle, left leg wraps up and over, left arm wraps under Garuda Asana. Work with a variation, a different arm variation, different leg variation. Work with your body, your breath. Work with your intention to show up here today. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Sit a little bit lower. Breathe for 3, 2, and release. Unwrap. Reach all the way up. Big inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. Another big inhale here. Again, as you exhale, step or jump your feet outside your hands, back to Malasana. Heart high, core engaged. Now you can stay here or set up for your Bakasana, crow pose. Hands to your mat by shoulder width, feet closer together or to touch. Big bend in your elbows. Big bend in your elbows so you can set your knees above your elbows. I go for knees into my armpits. That's what I'm going for. Stick your knees right into your armpits. Hands on your mat, right, shifting forward and back a little bit so you get a sense of your foundation. And then you can keep your feet down. You can lift one foot or both feet, lift your heart. Take a big inhale, chaturanga, low push-up, step, or jump back. Upward dog, a big breath in, downward dog, breath out. Take a long inhale and a big exhale. Another deep breath in here. Exhale, step or jump forward. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, lift and reach. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps forward, crescent lunge, rise up. Draw your hands to your heart, a full breath in. Twist to your left. Right elbow towards the outside of your left thigh. Again, back knee lifted or lowered, so check in here. Feel that you are steady enough to focus on the twist. Steady enough that you have an even breath, a big breath in and a long breath out. Hands can stay together, they can open up. Steady enough that you can enjoy yourself. So you're not stuck in any particular variation. You don't have to do it a certain way. You can stick with this practice, but still be adaptable, fluid, and your practice can be enjoyable. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. On your next inhale, come up and around to your warrior two. Left hand high, reverse. Exhale, hands to your mat. High push up to low push up. Upward dog, take a full breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Take a breath in and a breath out. Another inhale here. Exhale, walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down, lift up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale.
downward dog. Left foot steps, warrior one. Rise up, open out, warrior two. Left hand high, reverse your warrior. Side angle, Parsva Konasana. Elbow on thigh. You can slide the bottom hand down. I like to start with my top hand reaching up. So you have this sense of opening up, opening out from your center. Creating some space and enjoying this space. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. You can stay here. You can take the extension. You can add in your half bind or your full bind. You can add in child's pose. You can add in any variation that works for you right now. So if you want to play around with a bird of paradise, go for it. Add that in too. Stay grounded. Take your time. Stick with your breath. A big breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. Inhale, reach your top arm up. Now that right hand comes down to your mat, spin to the ball of your right foot, and then step your right foot in halfway, a third of the way. Left foot can go a little to your left, setting up for your forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen and fold over your left leg. This practice, especially when you stick with it, you're sticking with yourself. You are valuing yourself enough to show up and take care of yourself, raise your vibration. And you do it for yourself, but then everyone you come in contact with benefits from it. It has a ripple effect. Ground through your feet here, strong legs, strong core. Rise to stand. Come on up. Hands high, eagle. Right leg wraps up and over. Right arm wraps under. Garuda Asana. Work with Drishti. Take your time as that right leg comes over. The hip tends to come forward, so feel if you can even out your hips. You might be a little wobbly. Whatever arm variation works here. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Sit a little bit lower. Breathe in. And breathe out. Sit a little bit lower, but stay tall in your upper body for 3, 2, 1. Release. Unwrap, reach all the way up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push-up to low push-up, exhale. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Bring your feet together a little bit forward. Take your right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee, down dog, hip open. If you want to keep going and flip your dog, you can flip your dog here. You can also work with your left knee on your mat. Take a big inhale and a long exhale. Now wherever you are, come on around and into your half pigeon. Right knee comes forward, left leg long behind you. A big breath in, lengthen and fold. Little adjustments, big adjustments. You can stick with this. Stay with this. Stay with your breath. But if this doesn't work, you're not stuck. You can adjust. You have the space for that. You have the support for that. And take a long breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. You might find you can soften your fingers, soften your toes. Soften your face and your jaw. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Once more here, breathe in. And breathe out. Set your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee and then take your right leg up and back to your three-legged dog. So you wind up in your downward dog with your right leg lifted. And you might have to adjust the distance between your hands and your standing leg. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, come on forward to your high push-up, right knee above and outside your right elbow. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and back to your three-legged dog. High push-up, right knee above and outside your left elbow. Lift and twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and back to your three-legged dog. Right leg high. Keep it straight and lifted. Come forward to your high push-up. Now, leg stays straight and lifted. Low push-up. Drop the foot. Upward dog, a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Take a big inhale. And a long exhale. Feet together and forward. Left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee. Down dog, hip opener. Go ahead and flip if you like. Drop your right knee for a little more support. Lifting out of your shoulder or your shoulders. From wherever you are right now, come on into your half pigeon. Take your time with the transition. Left knee forward, right leg back. Maybe you set up the variation on your back on this side. Take a really big inhale. And lengthen and fold forward. Take a long breath in. And a big breath out. Feeling the movement of your breath. Your energy is moving. Right? You're creating a shift. You stick with it. You show up. And things shift and change. Sometimes a little, sometimes a lot. I think the biggest mistake that people can make is trying this practice just once or twice. You do have to stick with it. And you have to be patient with it and patient with yourself. Change does happen and you do feel better. You do raise your vibration, but it takes time. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. Once more, a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Hands under your shoulders, back, toes tuck under. You can lift that right knee and then up and back to your three-legged dog. Left leg lifted. Again, adjust the space between your hands and your standing foot so you have stability. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, come on forward to your high push-up. Left knee above and outside your left elbow. Holding here. You can drop to the low push-up for 3, 2, 1. Up and back, three-legged dog. High push-up, left knee above and outside your right elbow for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and back to your three-legged dog. Now that left leg stays straight and lifted. Come on forward to your high push-up, leg lifted. Low push-up. Drop the foot. Upward dog, a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Another deep breath in here. As you exhale, last time, feet to the outsides of your hands. Malasana, your squat. You can work with any variation here. If you want to stick in another crow, go for it. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Hip opener, heart opener, one more big inhale. As you exhale, sit down, come on into your boat pose, Navasana. Heart stays lifted. Breathe here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower to a hover. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come on down. Come onto your mat, on your back, and set up for your bridge or your wheel. I think my mat has moved a lot. Set up for your bridge, set up for your wheel. Stick with it these last few moments of our practice. Stay with it. Stay with yourself, your breath. It can be bridge, it can be wheel, it can be any variation, it can be rest. It can be just what you need right here, right now. Take one more big inhale and come on down. Come onto your back. Soles of your feet together, knees to the sides for Supta Baddha Konasana. Take a big breath in and empty out. Moving right from here into Shavasana. You can stay here. You can take your legs out or up. Anything but stuck here in Shavasana, right? This is an opportunity to let all of this work be absorbed, integrated into our being, so we can carry it with us as we move through our day, so we can stick with whatever it is we want to commit to. Take one more deep breath in, and a long breath out. Wiggle your fingers and toes, just bring some movement back to your body. Try your knees to your chest. Roll to one side and make your way to seated. Bring your hands to your heart. You can set your gaze, lower your gaze, or close your eyes. Together, let's take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Drawing your thumbs to your forehead, to your third eye center. Together we say, Namaste. All right, everyone, great practice. Great job sticking with this. Great job with taking care of yourself. I'm glad you joined me for practice today. I'm glad you are joining me for this challenge. Tomorrow, a special, gentle, and restorative practice. So until then, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you tomorrow.